this is Brian with Vermillion Enterprises. Today is September 9th, 2022, and I wanted to talk to you about something that has really become an important part of our business, and that is trading. So we have a lot of people, literally like every day, bringing us in goods that they no longer want and trading it in for bullion products. And I just got some examples out here, but it could be like they could be trading in their old jewelry, for example, which is what we're going to talk about today, or old sterling silver flatware sets, or sports cards, or old pocket watches, or a Rolex, something like that, and not selling it for cash, but trading it in for bullion, like 1 ounce rounds or 10 ounce bars. So yesterday a gentleman came in, last customer of the day, sold us 320 silver eagles. We converted that into 4 100 ounce bricks for him, and plus a little bit of extra cash. So that's the type of thing that we're doing a lot of lately. And also people are just selling things too, of course. I mean, we obviously just buy and pay out in cash or check also, but a lot more trades are happening now than before. And one of the biggest things that we trade in for is jewelry. And go ahead and get kind of a scan in here, Tim, just to kind of see what we're talking about here. So this is old broken chains, earrings, mismatched earrings, old class rings, old bands, stuff you just don't wear anymore. It's broken, never liked it, you outgrew it, type of thing, or just went out of style, because that jewelry is like anything else that comes in and out of style. So that's a lot of what we trade in for, and a lot of people don't want to just cash that out, because it is wealth, right? It isn't, even your scrap gold jewelry is an asset, so you just turn it into another asset that's a lot more easily manageable. And so I want to talk to you about the process of doing that today. So the first thing, just to get the legalese out of the way, whenever you sell a coin dealer, a pawn shop, or to a pawn shop, or a jeweler, or a bullion dealer in the state of Florida, we're either one of two things. We're either pawnbrokers or we're secondhand dealers by state classification. We're a secondhand dealer. Required by law, we have to get a copy of your driver's license or state ID card when you do a transaction. So just keep that in mind. If you want to send us in anything or bring anything in the shop, you got to have a valid ID with you. That's the only requirement. So let's dig in. I got some examples out here for some scrap gold trades that we could do, and I thought we'd talk about that. But first, let's go to the magic board. Get your crowns and your pencils together. What show's that from, Tim?
I don't know.
It's the old Nickelodeon show with Bill Cosby when he's on I forget what he's doing. He's like giving kids like a lesson in math. Remember that?
I didn't grow up with Nickelodeon.
Ah, okay.
No cable in my house.
PBS, I forget which. Someone will chime in and they'll correct us and get us the right answer there.
Yeah, leave a comment.
He had Mortimer the Pin. You don't remember this, Tim?
No.
All right, well, let's get back to the fun stuff here. Right now, gold's about 1,720, all right? So most of your jewelry in the United States is going to be 10 karat or 14 karat, but from time to time we do see 18 karat and 22 karat gold. So how does it break down? Well, first of all, I say when you trade in or you sell us gold jewelry, we pay you 90% of value, all right? So if something's worth $1,000, we're going to pay you $900 for it. So just keep that in mind, all right? So how does it all work out? All right, so let's say you got 10 karat gold. Gold is $1,720 an ounce, so $1,720 an ounce right now, right? 10 karat gold is 41.7% gold, so your multiplier is 0.417. That, if you take those two together, you get $712 per ounce. That is what 10 karat gold melts for per ounce right now at $1,720. There, we do everything in penny weight. You can do grams, you can do ounces, whatever you want to do. We use penny weight. There are 20 penny weight in 1 troy ounce of anything, right? So 20 penny weight equals 1 troy ounce equals 20 penny weight. So to get your scrap gold into penny weight, you take this number, your 717, divided by 20. So right now 10 karat gold is melting at about $36 a penny weight. We pay 90% of value. So you times that 36 by 0.9, and your payout's going to be around $32.40 per penny weight. That's what we're going to pay you at the current price of $17.20 per ounce. Obviously, that goes up and down based on the price of gold as it goes up and down. Right now, this morning, gold's right around 1,720. So that's for 10 karat gold. Your 14 karat gold, same thing. The math is completely the same, except your one constant has changed. 14 karat gold is 58.3% pure. So we take the multiplier 0.583 because that's what the purity of 14 karat gold is. That gets you 1 troy ounce of 14 karat gold is melting at right now at 1,003. So per pennyweight, you divide that by 20, that's about $50 per pennyweight. Right now is what 1 pennyweight of 14 karat gold is melting for. We pay 90% of that, so you multiply that by 0.9 and you get 45 bucks. That is what your payout will be for 1 pennyweight of 14 karat gold. Same thing with 18 karat gold. You guys are getting the gist here. Gold's at 1,720. 18 karat gold is 75% gold. So you multiply the 1720 by 0.75. That gets you 1,290. So that's what an ounce of 18 karat gold melts for currently at 1,720. Divide that by 20 because we're using pennyweight. So per pennyweight, 18 karat gold melts at $64.50 thereabouts. And that's for 1 pennyweight of 18 karat gold. We're paying what, Tim?
We're paying 90%.
We pay 90%. Pay attention here now, Tim.
I'm paying attention.
All right. So you multiply the 64.5 times 0.9. And that means your rate, our payout to you is going to be $58 thereabouts per pennyweight on 18 karat gold. And then we got 22 karat, same process again. 1720 is your current rate per ounce of gold. 22 karat gold is 91.6% gold. So your multiplier is 0.916. That gets you $1,576 is an ounce of 22 karat gold right now. That's melt. We're doing everything in pennyweight. So 1 pennyweight of 22 karat gold right now melts at about $79. And so we pay 90% of that. So your payout on 22 karat gold jewelry is going to be 71.1 thereabouts per pennyweight. So that's per pennyweight will be $71.10, give or take. Those numbers, of course, are always changing as the price of gold changes, right? So, but that is how that math works. I know I went through that super fast, but as you can see, looking at the board, it's relatively simple. You just need to know one equation because it's all the same, right? Just know that the constant changes for the carat of gold. That's the only thing that changes in all the equations. And how do you get that constant, Tim? How do you know what the carat gold is percentage-wise?
By the carat, by testing it.
Yeah, but how do we know the number? All right, so I'm confusing Tim here. All right, so how do you know what the percentage of a carat of gold is? So to answer that, you take the carat, let's say 10 carat, right? You take 10 carat, divide that by 24. That equals 0.417. You take 18 into 24, right? 18, 24. Well, that's 3/4, right? So that's what, Tim? 0.75. Same with 14. 14 divided by 24 equals 0.583. You can do 9 carat. You do 9 into 24. That equals 0.375. 8 carat into 24. Well, that's a third, right? So 0.333. So that's how we figure out how much gold is in a carat.
Bada bing, bada boom.
There you go. That's pretty simple, right?
Indeed.
So that is the basic equations, and that's exactly the math that we use when jewelry is put in front of us to calculate its value. And like I said, we pay 90%, so that is what your payout's going to be based on the current market price of gold at that time. So if gold's up, if it's more than this, great, you're going to get paid more per pennyweight. If gold goes down, you're going to obviously be paid less per pennyweight. That makes sense, right, Tim?
Makes sense.
All right, now let's look at some examples here so you can actually see what all that means in real life. So this is jewelry that we've bought across the counter here. It's come off hold, and we are getting ready to liquidate. So this first one here, this is an old ring, a service award ring for somebody who probably got this when he retired, right? So it had a big old stone in the middle there. It's 10 karat gold. So that ring weighs 8.1 pennyweight. So that ring will melt for $291.60 at the current market rate. We pay 90% of value. So if this was your ring, Tim, and you were selling to me, we'd pay you basically $262 for it.
It's a big ring.
It's a big ring. It's heavy, so it adds up. And so if you're wanting to trade that in, that one ring is what, $262. You're basically looking at a 10-ounce bar, maybe another round on top of that too. So you could turn that one ring into a 10-ounce bar, maybe even 11 ounces at the current market price. Because what's silver, right? Around $20 an ounce, give or take, probably $19 an ounce.
Just under 19.
Yeah, just under 19. So yeah, you can probably get 11 ounces, maybe 12 ounces for that one ring. That's pretty good, huh?
I'd say so.
Or you can just cash it out and get the $262.
There you go.
And if it's just sitting in your jewelry box for years, or it's been handed down to you, which is a lot of what we buy is stuff that's been handed down to the children in the family after the parents or grandparents or aunts or uncles have passed away. You can convert that into either hard cold cash, or you can convert it into other bullion products and keep your wealth. Either way, makes sense, right?
Makes sense.
All right. So here's another example. This is a 14 karat gold bracelet, old men's bracelet. This thing weighs 18.7 pennyweight. So right now it's going to melt for around $935. So your payout, Tim, if you own this, would be right around $842, give or take. That's what we would pay you for it. Or you can exchange it in for basically 4 10-ounce bars of silver, 40 ounces.
So how much do you think you would have given Mr. T?
Well, I have a sneaky suspicion that a lot of Mr. T's jewelry was gold-plated. But I'd want to run a magnet over that before I put any real money down. But if it was all gold, it would have been worth a lot of money.
You just crushed all my dreams.
Well, I will say, though, the A-Team came out in the mid-'80s.
Yep.
So gold was probably $200 or $300 an ounce at that point in time. So at that point in time, the amount of value that he had hanging over his neck wouldn't be as much as today, except for one thing. Inflation over the last 40 years has definitely chipped away at that too. So you include inflation in that, maybe it is. Interesting thought, huh?
Indeed.
Yeah, but my guess is most of that was costume jewelry.
I refuse to believe that.
Oh, I like that. I like how you're a believer, Tim. Stay young. So you get, for that one bracelet, you get about 4 10-ounce bars. So that's or you could cash out at $842 or whatever. Now look at this. This is an 18 karat gold earring. Just one solely lonely earring, right? It's even hollow, but it weighs 0.8 pennyweight. 0.8. That one earring melts for $51.60. We're going to pay you $46 for it, basically, for that one earring, guys, and which equates to basically 2 ounces of silver, maybe a little bit more.
It's awesome.
Yeah, you think about that. That one earring that's just sitting in the bottom of your jewelry box. You can either turn that into $46, or you can turn it into a couple ounces of silver. It seems like when you're thinking about wealth, it kind of puts everything into perspective, right?
Indeed.
Yeah, because you kind of think, well, you can always just cash something out and go use it and have fun with it, or put it towards a project or a trip, which is always a great idea for sure. But if at the same time none of those are really a need for you or a want for you, you can always just turn it back into something that's metal-wise that's more easily manageable. So especially if it's something you're thinking long-term down the road for your kids. Because it's a lot simpler to liquidate this, right, value-wise, because you can always just look on Google and say, okay, silver's $20 an ounce. That's what this is worth, right? Versus, what's my earring worth? I don't know. And a lot of times people unfortunately don't get the full value of what they could for their jewelry. So that's what we're here hopefully to help and capitalize in on, is taking care of those kind of situations.
Yep, and 90% is more than fair.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially with what I've heard of some other shops pay.
Well, every shop has their own profit margin. I'm not going to take a shot at anybody.
No reason to.
And so it's everybody's got to do their own thing, and we do a lot of business with other shops too. A lot of other shops do cash out their scrap gold to us. A lot of this probably came from some other shops.
Interesting.
Yeah. So we are always interested in buying more scrap gold. That's for sure. All right, so these are kind of like, these next two I want to show you are kind of like typical piles of scrap gold that come in from customers. So these have all been broken down. They're getting ready to go to the refinery, so they are separated by carat. Usually when we get little piles of jewelry in, it is mixed carat, but this time we already got it separated to go. So like this little pile here, that's all 10 karat gold. It weighs 52.1 penny weight. That's its actual weight. So its melt value is $1,876. What you pay out on that is $1,688, so 90%, right? That you can either cash out for the $1,688, get that money, or that translates into, what do we got here? About nine silver bars there?
9 silver bars.
Yeah, about 9 silver bars there. So, I mean, you think about that, that's, a lot easier to manage this, right, than that.
Indeed.
So, very happy to do that for you guys. 14 karat gold. Here's another little pile. This is about the normal size weight that we see from a customer in off the street. This pile weighs 35.9 penny weight. So that melts at $1,795. And your payout would be $1,616 on it at the current spot price, which works out to be about 80 ounces of silver, give or take. So,
sweet.
Yeah, a lot easier having that than this. A lot easier to know what's going on. Now, one thing you'll see, guys, and take a look at these. This is all this jewelry is prepped and ready to go to the refinery. So in a lot of this jewelry, what do you see missing? You see missing the stones that were in this, right? Mm-hmm. So when we do buy jewelry, and this was a cameo, when we do buy jewelry, we have to think about that, because stone weight that's a real thing, and it can definitely affect the value of what we can pay you because of at the rate at which we're paying at 90%. So let's just see what some stones weigh. This is some stones that we just put aside from breakout. Like this guy right here, that's a stone that probably kind of fit in there, right?
Looks like it.
Yeah, pretty close, right? Not exactly, but pretty close. So what does that stone weigh? Let's say that ring is 14 karat gold. That stone weighs half a penny weight, 0.6 in that ballpark. So what's a half a penny weight of 14 karat gold? Well, it's about 25 bucks. So you think about that, if that stone is not removed from the jewelry, that's about $25 in value if you were considering it to be 14 karat gold. So that's why we do have to keep that in mind when we are buying jewelry, that the stone weight is real, and we have to deduct for that if the stones are left in. And if you want to take the stones out, by all means, take them out. That's less work for us to do, and we can get the more accurate weight. If you want to leave them in, that's great too. We just have to estimate the stone weight when we're actually doing the calculations to kind of figure out what we think the actual gold weight is. Let's take a couple more examples here. Here's a little oval something or another that was probably something a little bit bigger than what that was in the setting there. Let's see, that weighs 1.3, 1.4 penny weight. Let's say that was set in 10 karat gold. So that is going to be, if that were gold and set in 10 karat, that'd be about $50. So that's real weight there. That's something that has to be thought of. Let's take a cameo since we have one out here. There's a cameo. It's a little bit smaller than the one that came out of that setting. Let's see what this cameo weighs. That's 3.8 penny weight. So let's say this was 18 karat gold, and you're cashing out your 18 karat gold. That, an equivalent to gold weight, would be $300.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's what that would weigh out in 18 karat gold if it were real gold. So when you send jewelry in or bring jewelry in with stones, we have to keep in mind if it, we have to estimate what that stone weight's going to be in gold, and we have to deduct that. Or you can remove the stones yourself, and we will know the exact weight at that point, and there will be no guessing. So, like I said earlier, trades are becoming a huge thing here at the shop. People are sending their items in throughout the country, whether it's coins, whether it's like type coins, silver eagles are another big one. They're gold jewelry, and they're either cashing it out at 90%, or they are taking bullion and trade for it. So, and also sterling silver flatware. Maybe we'll do a video next time on that. So if there's anything we can do for you, I'm Brian at Vermillion Enterprises. We're located at 5324 Spring Hill Drive, in sunny monsoon-like Central Florida right now in Spring Hill. Yesterday it rained from about 8:30, Tim?
Yeah.
8:45 in the morning, all the way through the day. Like it didn't stop raining until I got home last night, and it's starting again now. So I don't know. Hopefully we'll have less rain today. But it was definitely a nasty day yesterday. But we still did a ton of business, which was great. Yesterday we ended up moving almost 6,000 ounces of silver. Yeah, even in the monsoon. So people are buying and acquiring silver like crazy right now. Gold bullion seems to have waned a little bit. I think we only sold maybe 10 ounces of gold yesterday. But silver bullion moving fast. If you guys are interested in any, please stop in the shop. We're open Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We do ship throughout the country via UPS or USPS, and we accept payment via cash, wire, or Zelle if you want to just order something outright. If you want to send anything in for a trade or to cash out, we'll be happy to help with that. Just remember, if it is secondhand goods like jewelry or flatware or watches or sports cards, we do have to have a copy of your driver's license or state ID card that's up to date. It can't be expired. It has to be still current to complete the transaction. So like I said, I'm Brian. That's Tim behind the camera. Why don't you show your face for the crowd, Tim?
Do I have to?
No.
Okay.
And we'll be happy to assist you guys. We love all the business you're throwing our way, and I hope you guys have a great Friday and a great weekend. And like I said, reach out to us. You guys have a good one. Thank you.